There we go.
Hello guys, we're having a little bit of trouble with our tripod here, so
Technical difficulties.
we lost a little knob on it and we can't tighten it down now, so
You know where it is.
yeah. Sis, I don't think you're
I'm
in
in it. I'm in it. Don't
Are
worry.
you in
I'm in it.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you been up to today?
Let's see. I know I did something. What did I do? Oh, yeah. I went to have coffee with Marlene.
Oh, you went and had coffee.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
coffee shop?
No, at the ice cream shop.
So you had coffee at the ice cream shop. Oh, okay. I don't like the way this is going here.
Dave.
You know, I have to scrunch down, you know, so
Well,
I look like my head's coming out my chest.
well. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Here, just go like this and it'll be okay. Lean on your chin.
Well, I'm a little taller than you are, sis. You sitting in a hole again? Huh?
No, Mr. Smarty Pants, I'm not.
Oh, God.
You got a higher chair than I do, though.
Well, I need a pad.
Why do you need a pad?
It's called man problems.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I've got that pad on
Well,
there.
okie
and-
dokie. Well,
Yeah. It helps.
okay.
Keeps me from wiggling around.
Oh my God!
So,
So-
anyway, what?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, to all of you that sent me a birthday wish, I really appreciate it. It made me feel really good that people would take the time out and send me those birthday wishes. And once again, I appreciate it. And I would have written to all of you separately, but I don't know how to do that yet. So I'm just wishing you just all together. So anyway, my day has been pretty good so far.
Really, what have you been doing?
Nothing. It's always a good day when you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah.
have too many of them days.
Well, I mean, that's your fault.
Oh, I know.
No,
It's a
well,
personal
okay.
problem.
Yes,
isn't
it is. I don't want to hear about your personal problems.
Mm.
Okay, this is supposed to be a
Fight me,
nice.
Dave.
Well, that wasn't nice.
I know. I'm not nice all the time, you know. You should know that growing up with me. Did you guys see what he just did? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you did.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get a thumbs down on
There's
that one.
nothing like a brother's love.
So anyway, you know, everybody knows that I am a retired police officer. You know, and I worked up in Indiana with the sheriff's department for a while as a road deputy, and then I worked with the post office for about 14 years. And I liked the post office at first, but then after a while,
What?
What?
I didn't say anything.
you got that look about you.
I could just hear you say, Mr. Mailman, Mr. What are you talking about?
It's never a dull moment when Sis is over here. I'm
It's-
telling you right now.
You know, the third of the month, and they practically
Oh well,
chase
yeah,
you
the first,
down the street.
yeah, well they did. Shoot, so yeah, the first and the third of the month, the neighborhood that I had to deliver, I mean, it was almost house to house where people would get their checks, and some of them wouldn't come in, and oh man, did they get pissed. I'm serious. Yeah, they got mad. What am I supposed to do? I don't have it. You know, so that came the next day, so no problems. But anyway, I liked being a mailman for a while, and then decided to become a police officer. But in between jobs, okay, I worked as a bartender for a little while.
I didn't know that.
All these years, you didn't know I was a
No,
bartender?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a little place down in the gardens down there, and
In the okay, in the gardens. Okay.
yeah, and it was fun down there. Got some stories for you if you want to hear them.
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
where's Jessica at? I'm gonna have to. By the way,
He's replacing me.
just temporarily while she's gone visiting her son down in Alabama.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'll be replacing her with this. This girl, Jessica. She's a hoot too. So anyway, I think you'll enjoy her. But where I was.
How'd you meet Jessica?
Don't get me coughing, sis. We'll never get out of here. Well, she was mail ordered. She came from China.
Oh God, I'm gonna pee my pants.
You peed your pants. But anyway, I think she'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, being a bartender, a lot of people come in. A lot of strange people. There's this one guy that walked in, and he was carrying, believe it or not, a head. Just the head. And he come down, he sit down on the a bar stool. He put that head down right on the bar stool, or the bar.
The bar?
The bar. Okay. And so I go over to him, and I noticed that that it wasn't like a skull or anything. It was just a head. You know, had eyes that was moving and everything. And so I just go, listen, I see some strange things, so I don't ask too many questions. And so I asked him what he wanted to drink, and he said, well, I want a beer for me and get a beer for my son. And I said, oh, is that your son? And he goes, yeah, he was born just a head. Didn't have no body or anything. And I thought, well, okay, if that's what you want. So I went and got 2 beers and set them down. And the dad, I guess, took the son's beer and poured a little bit in his mouth. And the boy was mumbling something about it being good and everything. And so he took another sip, and all of a sudden, arms come sprouting out of his neck. And I'm going, wow, that's kind of strange. So the dad give him another drink, and all of a sudden a torso come out. And that's all from just the head. And then he give him a little bit more, and all of a sudden he got legs and feet, and then, a little bit more, and he was complete. He had arms and legs and hands and feet and everything, and he jumped up off the bar stool, And he was yelling around and running around, said, I'm a boy, I can finally live. You know, and he was running around, so he run outside, and he ran out to the street, and a bus come by and hit him and killed him. Oh, you know, I really felt bad about it, so I turned to the dad and I said, you know what? He goes, what? I said, he should have stopped when he was ahead. Well, he should have. Oh, me. I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, drunks come in all the time at a bar.
Well, that's,
And,
you know.
Yeah.
Mainly
And
that's
some of
what
them come in drunk before they even start drinking, you know, at the bar at least. And this one guy, he came in and he was drunk and he wanted to know where the bathroom was. And I said, well, it's in the back there. So he weaves his way back through there and, of course, he shuts the door and, you know, he goes in. And all of a sudden, you know, I hear a god-awful scream coming from the back by the restrooms back there. And I kind of shook my head and I said, well, he might have fell or something, but, you know, I don't hear anything else. And a couple seconds later, man, another god-awful scream. So I go back there and I knock on the door and I say, hey, buddy, you okay? And he goes, no, I'm not okay. So I opened up the door to see what was wrong. And I said, well, what's the matter? He said, well, every time I go to flush the toilet, something comes up and grabs my, you know,
crime scene?
you know, the things that hang down. I don't know whether I can say balls on here or not.
Well, you just did, so
Well,
we'll find out.
But anyway, he said, I did that twice, and each time that I go to flush, something comes up and grabs him. And I looked at him, and I said, well, you big dummy. He said, I said, I know what's the matter. And he goes, what is it? You're sitting on the mop bucket.
You know? Wow, shit, I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah. I'll be right back.
She's gotta be. Oh, man. Well, I guess I'll have to wait till she comes back and to tell you this third story. And it's something else, too. I mean, you know, so. But anyway, excuse me for saying that one word in this last joke. I didn't know what else to say, you know, so I don't know what else to say until she gets back.
You were just sitting there waiting on me, were you?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, just staring at it.
Oh, God.
Everything come out okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm washing down the bar and everything and getting everything all ready for the nightly crew to come in and the people and everything. And this blind guy comes in and he sits down on a bar stool there. And I go over and ask him, I say, what do you have? And he says, just give me a beer. And I go, okay. I said, is it in a glass? And he goes, oh, yeah, I guess they call it a draft. I don't drink, so I don't know. And so I got him a beer, and he said, hey, you want to hear a blonde joke? And I said, now, I just must warn you that you're sitting right next to a fairly good-sized blonde woman. And she kind of looks like she's into motorcycles and stuff. And she goes, Yeah. I says, me and my friends are all blondes. Says, I have 5 more friends over here that are blonde. Says, one of them is with me. We ride motorcycles. 2 of them are roller derby queens and, rough and tumble. And said 2 of them work construction sites and stuff. And they're pretty well built and everything. He says, now, do you really, really want to tell a blonde joke? And he just kind of looks down, shakes and says, no. Says, I don't want to have to tell it 6 times. And then the fight started. Oh, well.
Hey, do you know you're at 15 minutes?
I'm at 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, almost 16. Yeah. Oh, that's too long for one of my videos. So anyway, guys, take the scenic route home. Hooty hoot!